Hey folks, so it's Eric on the streets of Minsk, and I just wanted to update, it's my last day here, and it's been a really good 11 days since I came here at the end of July, and, well, I can definitely say the city is worth a visit. Now you might wonder what sort of person should visit here. Obviously someone like me is very good, who likes, Eastern European, Slavic culture, all that stuff. This is really a gem of that sort of stuff, because it's got a certain thing about it that you don't find in a lot of other Slavic countries, which is like pristine orderliness. So, to compare it to where I normally live in Belgrade, Serbia, Belgrade is a chaotic mess. Compared to Ukraine, Ukraine is a chaotic mess. Kiev is a chaotic mess. I haven't spent that much time in Russia, just one time in Moscow in 2011. But it also seems like that's a bit more of a chaotic mess. So, what are the things I like about Minsk? Alright, I like the orderliness, cleanliness. I like the people. They're very polite in some way, in a way that you don't often find in the Russian-speaking world. And I like this sort of feeling of possibility that at this point the country still is not that westernized, not part of the European Union, not part of the West. We sort of like Serbia has this potential and this air of sort of like we can be different sort of thing. And so yeah, you can come here and you can enjoy. What are the negatives? Definitely it's harder to find people who speak English here than it is in a place like Belgrade, or if you go to Poland or Slovakia or those types of places. It's a lot harder to find people speaking English. So Russian, like basic Russian skills get you far away, but that wasn't a negative. I would say that the food scene is a little bit lacking here, meaning that you don't have as much variety of food. I don't know how to describe it, but for example in Belgrade there's a health food store on almost every corner. Like every couple blocks there's a zdrava hrana, whereas here there's nothing like that. Also the whole place has a really urban sort of built up, doing it big sort of style that lacks the warmth of cities like Belgrade, where there's lots of small independent businesses and lots of neat stuff happening everywhere. Here it's just these huge buildings, that are as big as these entire blocks. And I'm actually living in one of these buildings right now. So that's the National Bank right there, and I live right next door to it. Got an Airbnb there. And so basically the whole thing about the city is that, is it a hotspot right now? No. Is it the cool destination of 2020? Should be, because there's actually no coronavirus restrictions here, so that's refreshing at least. But just a general lack of, there's one central green market, and I haven't seen any other green markets, so it's all in that big one. I forget what it's called, but it's a huge market with all these food places, and there's basically nothing else. So everything's really centralized. Everything's really just less organically arranged than in Belgrade and other countries. So it's really, comparing to Belgrade, it's more of a southern versus northern European vibe. They're both Slavic countries. They're both not part of the European Union, but Belgrade has this warmth of Southern European culture, and here there is absolutely none of that. So, should you come to Minsk? Yes, definitely. The first time I was here, I stayed for 8 days, and I liked it enough to come back this time for 11 days. This time I explored the IT scene, so it's definitely a place if you're in the IT industry or interested in that industry. Come here, because almost 1 in every 20 people here is an IT industry person. There's 100,000 of them in a city of 2 million apparently, and I went into all these businesses for business meetings, go up the elevator and you meet them and they're like, yes, we have 500 people here, we just bought this whole building. And so it's really booming in that area, but the rest of society is kind of really not booming in a way. So if you want to live here and you have an income from IT or a project for IT or a way of hiring people, you want to hire people in IT, this is the place for like developers. And so basically, yeah, this is my little apartment garden place. That's the entrance to my apartment building. And yeah, it's pretty good. I was very happy to find this bar in the backyard here where I can hang my calisthenics rings and do, exercise. So that was good to have that here and be able to do that. And the Airbnbs here are pretty affordable. Like a 1-bedroom here for right in the center of the city for like 30 euros a night, and everything's really good, but it just doesn't have that lifestyle warmth and that vibe, magic in the streets that a city like Belgrade does. And I think if you come as a foreigner speaking English, you're gonna have a lot easier of a time making friends than in Belgrade, although it did happen quite organically here. The dudes that I met, like for example, there's this craft beer and cider bar that I like to go to, and I met this guy there, and we then met again he's in the software industry doing sales, and had a good second meeting yesterday with beer and stuff. And this other guy who I met at a language exchange, there's like Monday and Thursdays they have on Monday it's like the English Conversation Club, on Thursday it's the Minsk Social Club. Really good place to go and meet people and just who are interested in being international and international culture. So yeah, come to Minsk. That's all I gotta say. That's my review of Minsk in 2020. And yeah, super refreshing to find a place that's not all corona'd up. I saw, almost 0 coronas flying around here. So, and the numbers are not bad. So think about that. But I made another video about that. So, yep. Catch you guys later. Bye, guys.